Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
I got you. Hey, on 133. Check right there. Orbit. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking win calls. I got it.
Throwing, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Bengals
Let's go.
at their own 16-yard line.
Let's go. Touchdown. Right, 58, right there. Let's go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Pick it up. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Let's go, D.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Hey, 58 is a mic.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
180!
First down,
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Now this throw caught left side, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might win.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
58 for Mike. I got one.
On second down, here's Mixon. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Ready? 58, 58, Mike. 65, 65, 65.
On third down, Jackson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mayfield to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Regular.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield steps away to his left. And he's got his man. That's Landry.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, Tackle. Let's go. We got this. Point it right.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Tate. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield now. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
180.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Mike, 58, right there. Come on.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well. Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And an alley to run. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 46-yard
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 2, Jackson going deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon.
Alert, 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 alert.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Jackson, option right. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Mixon with it. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Jackson on first down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On second down, Mixon. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31, as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Browns take over first and
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
133.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's going to fire this thing deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
A run for Nick Chubb. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run it again with Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Mayfield. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Able to slither by, and they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
What they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Chubb. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
180. Up, up.
You can't block me. First down.
Over the middle to Beckham. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
27-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180.
From the 27, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Geno Atkins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
180. Come up the ball. Strong right. Strong. Hey, alert, 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 alert. We got hey, wahoo. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, alert 33. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On third down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Let's go.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Check.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here's Brian Anger now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Point it right, point it right. Check the backer, check the backer. Hey, Echo.
Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
That's what I do. Alert, 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 alert. Shit. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Twins. Check. Pistol.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
It's 2nd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
It's caught by OBJ. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Pistol. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch the pass. Kings. Shoot. Opposite. Hey, Delta.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Go. Regular. Check 4.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He finds Beckham complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Mayfield this time gets it off to Chubb. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield, he's going to let it fly, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Browns on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. They give to Chubb out of the gun. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Kings. Safety's creeping.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
Now, I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coach say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. One last shot from Mayfield here. Now a desperation. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Rashard Robinson with a pick. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Cincinnati, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.